Hello.
Hello,
How are you, Mom?
I'm fine. How are you?
Tired.
Huh?
I'm sleepy.
Me too.
But I'm ready to get going with what we do here on the Cousins.
Well, it seems like I got here before everybody.
I know. I told him to be on time, but
We talking about the cousins.
the Cousins can't be on time for nothing.
Nope. So how was your trip?
Man, that trip was so much fun.
Man, you late, man.
Who late? I was here on time.
I would have been on time, but you was late with the info.
At any rate,
Uh, Now you all fine
I was on time. I don't know why you was late.
because you use your phone. I don't.
hello everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we was talking about Ma asked me how my trip was. You know what? Jacksonville don't look nothing like it did when we left.
I know.
But I had a good old time.
You ain't
New
been there a
Orleans
long time.
was. I ate so much.
Did you? Where'd you go to
Yes.
eat?
We went to a couple places. We went to this place called Daisy Dukes for breakfast, and it was good. Um, we had dinner at Dag Nabbit. Okay. We had dinner. I can't even. We had dinner with the wedding party, so I don't know where it was, but we had that gumbo was so good.
Oh, I had gumbo Sunday and last night. Dion fixed it.
Listen, I was not ready for the deliciousness that was the food. I felt like we ate consistently. Is that Dion over there in the corner? Well, all right. What's up, D? Jackie must got us on mute.
How do you spell
Hello.
ow?
Hello.
Ow. Ow.
Hello.
Hey,
Ow. Ow.
Hi,
How you spell
Jerry. All the
how
hey,
you
cousins is
spell
coming
how you spell
up.
something?
yeah.
There you go.
It's been 2 weeks, y'all. What happened? What I miss?
Nothing. We hiding out from kids right now, so
This food is in one hand.
You say you hiding out from the kids?
yeah,
Why are you hiding out from your children?
It says three full,
just
one full
because.
bathroom on the
Whatever.
first
But
and one full bathroom
It's
on
a
the second.
it's
It's
a
three.
full bathroom.
It's
Number two
uh,
two.
well,
it's three
uh,
full baths. There's no half bath.
I didn't say
we
half bath.
had to go to the ER last
I
night.
said three full bath.
Wait, who had to go to the ER last night?
Kyle,
For what?
he had a flash burn in his eyes.
Oh, from
Oh,
looking at the
what?
damn welding. That's
I
why.
told him that was going to happen.
You're not
Yeah, he
supposed to
was
look at
right.
it.
Well, it wasn't from his direct arc. It was from somebody else's. It hit him in his peripheral, and he didn't realize.
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Tell him
Yeah,
welcome to the construction world.
I
He
did
woke
that.
up about 1:30 this morning, and
And
his
he woke
eyes
up.
was burning. Like he was damn near crying and shit.
Scared the crap out of me, man. I almost teared up on that boy. Y'all know I don't tear.
Okay, gangster.
How do you feel?
Right?
Man, fuck all that.
Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
alright.
he's okay. They gave him the
That sounded out. How you spell it?
gave him $5. I mean 5 days off. But I'm trying to find him. Dion, what's the we need some
Some OSHA accepted safety glasses that have shade on them, so when he walking through, he ain't gotta worry about no peripheral heartburn and shit.
Go on Amazon and just type safety
Yeah.
glasses.
OSHA.
Welded safety glasses, and
Yeah.
it'll be ones that'll come across his eyes like this. Like instead of being in the front, it'll come around
Still
the
got
side. So that way it won't. Yeah.
okay.
still
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean, he's
OSHA
not that
approved.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
They only like
Make sure
$5.
it's OSHA. Deion said make sure it's OSHA approved.
Yeah,
are you
OSHA
doing,
compliant.
boy?
It ain't well. OSHA ain't gonna be nothing, but it's just gonna be dock tinted. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the problem with them. It was that they was dark tinted, and the problem was that
They gotta be.
they was gonna impair your vision, and you was gonna have an accident because you couldn't really see that well out. That was the issue.
Boy, it's really trying to hold what he is in my lap.
He at home now.
How did it go?
It was he couldn't even open his eyes. It hurt so bad.
Oh
He
man.
said it felt like it was a whole bunch of sand in his eyes.
Well, we here at the cousins is gonna say we gonna send our love out to junior cousin Kai.
Junior cousin Kai.
Yeah, he at home now. I think
Jerry. Jerry.
Young, huh? Yeah. Well, send that to Shay's phone and we'll order 'em.
What is that?
We got Michelle in the building. Mona's in the building. Hello, hello.
Hi there.
What up, y'all?
So we're gonna try to keep it together and keep it succinct this trip because I got company in the house and you know.
Oh, Dion, send that to Shay's phone.
You put me ready to get on those things. Why would they do so?
Top off when y'all.
Jerry, I need you to go to a place where the internet is stable. You just can't be driving around.
And well, we get on the highway.
Hey, she was asked to be in here.
Yep, dang, Paul.
Yes,
Can we do a swap out or Mona or one of them Shay's glasses?
Go get the belt. Nope. You. Go get a belt.
Can you do a what?
A swap, a pass off. Shay left his glasses at Jack's house.
So we need to figure out how to get Shay. This is not proper cousins discussions. Can we talk about? Y'all talk about regular.
Right?
Get it started,
Jason.
Well, guys, so listen. We all saw what happened on Sunday. I thought it would be a good idea for us to discuss kind of how what our thoughts are on the slap.
If I was Chris Rock, I would have beat the hell out of Will Smith right on that stage.
No use.
That's what I'm thinking. Hey,
If I was Will Smith, I would have dared his ass too. You ain't gonna talk about my wife. Fuck that. He lucky he ain't on the ground after that.
But it's a joke. If it's like a comedy show. You can't go to the comedy show and they be mad because the comedian cracking on you.
I get it, but some things, we in a day and a time where everything is so sensitive, so why, like, that's a real touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially within the privacy of a household.
And it's only alopecia, that's all. That ain't no terminal illness. She just was going bald.
But it's still touchy for people that have it.
Man, listen, she should have went in there with a wig on.
Why does she gotta change what she doing?
Wait a minute. You can't, JR, you can't do that though, because when it comes to a woman and a woman, it's different when you choose to cut your hair off. But when you know that your hair is falling out and it's never going to grow back, yeah, that's a touchy subject.
I think it was ill time. I really do. I mean, he could probably have joked on it later on down the line, but I think it was really ill time right now.
I look at it like this. Yeah, it was a joke, but also, Chris Rock and the Smiths have had contentious relationships before.
Right.
Yeah, I heard.
So it's not like he didn't know that could be that talking about her was going to be a problem.
I think that he was just, after so long of being the butt of people's jokes and everybody bringing up, that entrapment or whatever they want to call it.
Entanglement.
Entanglement. It's only so much people going to take it before they be like, you know what? Fuck it. People keep taking me for a joke. So I'm gonna show them.
But okay, so this is and Dion just brought this up. So I completely agree, which is what I wanted to say to begin with. In the beginning, when he first made the joke,
Yeah, he did
he
something.
laughed.
Yeah,
He
but we
laughed.
don't know what kind of laugh that was.
Right, because I remember like,
That could have been
okay,
a nervous laugh. That could have been a laugh like that, or that could have been like I think a lot of people are really taking it. He thought it might have been a little bit funny, but then when he seen his wife didn't find it too funny,
Exactly. So
he had to
that
kind
was
of
when the
adjust.
issue came about. But at the same time, I also read something that went something like this. Like I've been reading a lot and I've been having the same type of conversations.
That's why
I am
smelling, burning shit.
I am on the fence when it comes to both. When I understand both sides, one side is like, hey, there has been many a times where people be going out on jokes, like Nick Cannon. They talked about how weak his kidneys was. They talked about comedians was making jokes about cops shooting people. They talked about Regina Hall. Talked about LeBron James. They talked about Mariah Carey. Like all of these things have always been talked about, but now all of a sudden it's because
It's a big issue.
yeah, it's a big issue. But at the same time, and I completely understand when it comes to Black women in their hair. I get it. I completely understand it. Now, my other thing is this. When Jada Pinkett got upset, right? She could have easily, it could have went a couple of different ways. Jada Pinkett could have stopped him and was like, "No, baby, don't go." Grab his hand,
Yeah.
to get him to calm back down. And
Yeah, I
at a
agree.
different time.
At the same time,
Will Smith could have gone up there and just said, "Hey, we need to have a conversation." Like I see you type deal, and then turn around and walk off. Got that? Or he could have did what Jada Pinkett been doing to him the entire time, which is nothing.
Okay, so here's my thing. I don't think that it is. I think that what Will was doing was protecting his wife, which is what you're supposed to do.
It's fine. That's what you're supposed to protect your wife. But there is a time and a place to do it. And the Oscars, where there is a full Black production, and we finally able to do something, is not where you do that at.
I'm sorry, but Mama said where you act up is where you get corrected at.
Not to mention that he done that. This is probably his last time at the Oscars. It would never have him back again.
Now it's a possibility that
he
he might not be at the Oscars anymore. But my thing is
Slap on
this.
the wrist.
They finally.
I agree, Deborah. They ain't doing nothing to him.
They
Because he
ain't
gonna
doing
come out
nothing
and do
to him.
another major hit movie, and them motherfuckers gonna love his ass.
They
They already
finally.
said they probably won't have him. They was threatening to take the award from him.
Will Smith will be back to the Oscars next year.
No, he won't. I'm gonna tell you, they're not gonna do that because
Okay,
with all the
1
hate
year
crimes
off.
and
They're
media stuff,
gonna
they're
give
not
him
doing
1
that.
year
No,
off.
if Will Smith, if it would have been somebody else besides Chris Brock, everything would have been fine. Will Smith would not have walked his ass up there to go smack nobody. If it would have
We
been,
don't know that for sure.
That's a lot of people saying, but I don't know.
if it would
We
have
don't
been
know that
Kevin
for
Hart,
sure.
or if it would have been,
who was that reporter he slapped?
Yeah, because it's not like Will ain't slapped nobody before.
Regardless if it was the
I feel like Deion said he wouldn't have smacked Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac would have smacked his ass back. That's a different.
But also, again, this goes back to they already had a contentious relationship. It was already keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they already had issues.
Yeah.
They've been having issues for years, but the fact of the matter is that you got to realize that all this time, everybody has, every time something come out, Will has become the butt of something that Jada did, or Jada issue.
And he's still the butt
There's
of everything.
there's only so much one person could take before he snapped.
Can I get some clarity on this? Why is it? Okay, so he laughed, right? Jada made a smirk in her face that she showed disapproval. He went up there and smacked her. So why was she on social media after that talking about some? I don't give a damn what anybody say about what my head looks like.
No, that was prior. Okay, so here's the explanation on that. She don't care what people say about her hair. The difference is, again, them and Chris Rock already have issues. So it's like if somebody say
what
like,
she
And I
could
get
have
that.
done, what she could have done instead is
So
to
it wasn't
go
the joke,
ahead
it was
and
who
put
made
in
the
for
joke.
G.I.
Yes.
Joe too. Hello, make
But
money
then-
off
but
of
then I even-
what came out to be quote unquote negative to you.
Yeah, but
I
then
even
all that
saw a
would
post
have
that
done
was saying that they should be expecting something to happen when Chris Rock goes up there for the hosting post. Like they was already expecting something to happen.
you also gotta realize that when you do something like that, opens the door for anybody else to come in there and say something about that. So
He made a statement.
But
Right.
man, hold on. Well, forget that, because now he done put Chris Rock underneath the gun, because now anybody feel they can do whatever they want to him.
Well,
smack him again.
listen.
So it goes both ways.
You gotta look. Here's the deal: where you and I haven't made no bones about it. I don't necessarily believe like violence. I think there's a better way to do things, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, it is what it is. And if you have already had, if I have already told you, leave my wife alone. If I've already told you, leave my family alone, and you continuously do it over and over again, where you make the offense is where you getting corrected.
Right. Because now you're pushing the issue.
Hold on. You know what that came from? August Alsina banging his wife's back out. That's all the fuck that was.
No, it's not. I don't think that had anything to do with it because before we
Different situation.
because before we knew about the August Alsina thing.
Yes. No. First of all, nobody was focused on their open whatever it was until that August Alsina stuff.
Right. But
I even seen a post that August Alsina had posted. I don't know if it's true or not, because you know how they can alter shit and everything. But him sitting there saying how Will Smith beat his ass because of what happened with Jake.
He caught feelings. You ain't supposed to catch feelings in a relationship.
right. So like I think what this came down is Will is known as being the nice guy, right? Everybody thinks Will is the nice guy. And so, when you're the nice guy, everybody assumes a level of weakness. Will was letting y'all know.
He fell from West Philly.
I'm not weak. Listen, don't take my niceness for weakness. I will beat that ass.
He did that the wrong. I'm not upset about the fact that he did it. My issue is where he did it at.
Why?
Because it's the
Because
Oscars.
it was the Oscars. The
I
one
don't care about
time
it
when
being
it's
an
all
Oscars.
black
My
people
thing is
doing a
that because
production,
it was a black
you want to
production.
show your ass and show how how they sit here and talk about how black people are all the time.
Chris
All
Rock should have kept his mouth
really
closed.
Show them that.
Yeah, see, you gotta remember the Oscars, not the BET Awards. So
It's not even a matter of the Oscars being like first of all, one thing is for certain. I think that as black people, we need to stop worrying about what other people think about what black people is doing.
But
That's
we have to worry about it.
Story of our life.
But we have to.
Exactly.
That is something that we always have. We always have that in the back of my mind. I'm sorry because I'm quick to tell JD, and this is anyway. We ain't rich. We ain't famous, none of that. I'm quick to tell JD. Don't embarrass me. Period. Because
Right.
We
And
all stand for one. When one person starts to sit here and does something wrong, that one other person, I don't want to keep saying white person, but that one other culture is like, you see how they act, you see what they do, you see this, you see that, and it becomes a stereotype. So
Right, I understand that, but just think, white folks love. Listen, I'll say it. White folk love Will Smith.
To have a chance to put us out there like that. And they
Until
do.
he went up there
And they
and
do.
smacked somebody in the Oscars.
And not to mention, hold on.
When I sit here and I tell you, everybody has talked about this, to include the 700 Club. They are Christians. They talk about all the extra stuff, and there is absolutely no reason why they should have been talking about anybody smacking somebody at the Oscars, okay?
And look at it this way. That man also can lose so much by smacking him because now people ain't gonna want to work with him. You know what I'm saying? It can cost you a whole lot more. He lucky he don't have deals with Nike and all that, because then they done took all that from him as well.
I don't think Will Smith is gonna have it. I personally don't think there's gonna be any issues with Will Smith.
We all can't talk at the same time. We
He's
all
gonna
can't talk at the
lose
same
out on
time.
a lot.
We all can't talk at the same time.
You're all right.
He's
I only
gonna lose out
disagree
on a
with his
lot.
actions because of where it was. But any other time, yeah, that shit is warranted. I mean, granted, yes, he is in the limelight. So anybody that is of the culture, it has to, you know what I'm saying, abide by that light that they're trying to be a shine in. And that's period.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Otherwise,
see
you're
why
gonna be
you
judged.
standing up for him.
You're gonna be
You
broken
from
down.
Philly too, nigga.
Hey, nah,
think
that
you
ain't got
slick.
nothing to do with it. Look,
No, this is my take on it. A person can only take so much. And for the past couple of years, he has been the butt of a lot of jokes, you know, of a lot of things. But you also got to give him credit that he understood that what he did was wrong. Now, maybe he didn't apologize to Chris Rock at the beginning, but he did apologize for his actions.
But he still never apologized to Chris Rock.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did not.
He
He
just
apologized to the Oscars on camera, but he never
Nah,
wanted
Yeah,
what
he
Chris Rock
apologized
said.
to Chris Rock, but
He did apologize. He just didn't do it on camera.
he
He
did
didn't
it. He did it on
apologize to that man.
Instagram.
Yeah, he did. He did it on social media.
Listen, you
He
want
did
to know?
it via social media,
You want to
which
know
is
why?
still
Another
acceptable
reason as
because
to
everybody
why.
accepts social media these days.
You want to know another reason as to why it's so bad that he did it on the Oscars? How many times have reporters been smacked?
How many times
Who
what?
picks up all of these stories? How many times have you heard about it on every channel?
Yep.
You haven't.
I seen it on the news
Oscars,
this
it
morning
happens
when
at
I
the
woke up.
Oscars, and everybody and their mama have been talking about it.
But
Everybody and their mama have
also,
been putting it
I
on the
look
news.
at it. I look
That
at
has been breaking news for every station.
Yeah.
I also look at it like this,
Every chance they get to make it look bad.
It's Will Smith.
because it's Will Smith.
He is an international star. So because it's Will Smith, if Chris Rock had smacked, let's say,
It'd have been
Kevin
a
Hart, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It's because it's Will Smith. He's an international superstar. So
I think
you
it
know,
would have because it was on the
but
Oscars.
until
I don't think it would have
the
been
next
as
big
widespread as
thing
it
comes
is, though.
about, it's not gonna affect him. Maybe he can't go to the office for a year. But like, do he really care? Because if he goes out here and he makes some award-winning movie, they're gonna be back loving him like they always do.
But hold on. But see, that's if, and they already said they probably not gonna have him back at the Oscars. And the big thing is if he could take another movie. Now you as an A-lister, because of stuff like this, now you done drop to a B.
But the thing is, Will Smith can retire right now and be just fine.
No, y'all keep thinking that. Mark my words.
Playing all his movies on everything. That's not gonna
Will Smith can retire right now and be just fine.
Until the
Old
next
movies.
big thing happens.
He still gets paid for them on movies.
Exactly.
He gets residuals, of course. Anybody gets residuals.
I just don't think. I personally don't think. I think that there may be a time frame of where he may lose, go on hiatus for a while, let this blow over because the next big thing gonna come about.
Somebody gonna do
He gonna
something
get back
else.
to what he doing.
Listen, Tyler Perry gonna cast him in a movie and he gonna be fine.
Nah.
No, that will take him down to B.
Yeah, but also look at it like this. See, everybody keeps making I've heard people make the comment about like he was laughing until he saw his wife. You know, Will Smith is very polished. He has been in the public eye for most of my life. You know what I mean? 30 years. He knows how to, even if he is upset, he knows how to put that line on and play the role. When he looked over and saw that his wife was not okay, that was, I ain't playing the role right now. You know what I mean? You hurt my wife, and you are someone who I have already told, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like-
how do you know that? How do you know that he has told him that before?
Because he has said
Where's
it
that coming from?
multiple times.
he has said it multiple times. He said it on social media. When they first did their when the first issue came out, Chris Rock said something about Jada, and Will said, "Look, jokes is fine. You keep our joking about me is fine, but don't talk about my wife."
Well, it's unfortunate, but move over because your wife is also in the limelight and can get it just like everybody else. She is. I mean, sorry if it's not gonna be him, somebody else gonna do it. But she out here getting people's money. If somebody wants to say something about her, unfortunately, that's just how it is.
But
It's unfortunate, but I mean, he can't protect her from the whole world. It's not gonna work.
right, but
You gotta dismiss stuff.
But if I tell you, if I come to you man to man, and I tell you, shut up about
Man to man,
America
he
is
don't
freedom of
care.
speech.
He does not.
But
care.
it's freedom of speech, but it is not freedom of the consequences of your reaction. Chris Wright was well within his rights to say what he said.
That's his consequences, but he could have went to jail. We should be sitting here talking about how old boy didn't do anything to retaliate. He let it go, as should have the other one. He should have let it go. He's sitting here, he looks like an ass, and he knows that he looks like an ass, and that's why his PR team, and not him, wrote that letter apologizing.
Not to mention, as soon as it was over, LAPD went straight to Chris Rock and said, "Hey, do you want to press assault charges?" He said, "Nah, I'm cool." So that man could be doing time in jail behind that stupid ass
That's
shit.
right. I'm not gonna talk crazy about Chris Rock because Chris Rock that's how he is. I mean, it's no surprise that he said that. And he didn't say, look at Jada with her ugly ass bald head. He didn't say nothing like that. Matter of fact, G.I. Jane, if you really think about it, I understand that her hair, that she's going through her hair. I get that. But G.I. Jane, if you flip it, that is a strong woman who went to battle. You can look at it that way instead of, because it's Chris Rock, I want to turn my nose up and not laugh at it. No, let it go. You are in the freaking limelight. You are in the limelight. Right.
I mean, I see it from both sides. I understand.
Front row is not the place you want to be if you don't want to be talked about.
I understand. Like,
I don't think what he said was that bad. Where where Will is like, man, I told you to stop talking about my wife. He didn't. That comment was not bad.
But if I tell this, I think it's the time. I think it's who it was. Honestly,
It was the timing of his comment. I think what it more so was he finally wanted to get his anger out, and he decided to take that shit out on
right. And it was not, to me, it was not about
that wasn't a disrespectful comment.
I don't necessarily think it was about the hair, but I think it's a whole bunch of other stuff.
He has mental health issues. That's what I see.
I think it's about. Honestly,
especially when it came to comments where people were talking about Jada and how he's because some people that say he was so weak. Jada go out here and do whatever she want to do, and so he's been the butt of a lot of jokes.
Right. And unfortunately, she didn't have his back. She didn't have his back.
Can we make sure that we make it known that this man didn't even apologize to Chris Rock until after the Academy said that they were going to do their own formal investigation?
And they still should. And
it wouldn't have. I personally wouldn't have apologized to him at all.
After accepting his.
He apologized to the Academy, and he apologized, to
the people that was there for his actions. I wouldn't apologize to Chris Rock either. I'm gonna be real. If I tell you to leave me alone,
because you ain't got multi-million dollars in the bank. That's why you wouldn't do it.
I mean, if I tell you, because I don't think it's about I personally don't think it was about the comment.
It wasn't any sleep about it.
It wasn't.
People apologize.
in my head, it's so much because after that, they even said that the police wasn't, because Chris Rock did not want to do press charges, that they wasn't going to do. Anytime that something like that go on, it is never a comment of, it's never, if that person doesn't want to, press charges, the state picks it up.
Exactly. How come we say
So it is the
they
state.
weren't going to do anything?
That's domestic violence.
Versus Will Smith.
That's domestic violence.
Because you see the female, that's on the state automatically going to press whether the female want to press it or not.
Yeah,
That's because that's domestic violence. That wasn't domestic violence. That was, I told you to leave me alone. Leave me and my family alone, and you didn't do it. I think it has nothing to do with the comment. It was who made the comment.
That's considered domestic violence.
No, domestic
I
is your
thought it
partner.
was assault in general.
No, it's not. It's an assault.
No.
Period. You go to
No,
jail for
hold
that.
on. So listen. So the state picks it up because for domestic violence, because most women, when they with a man and they get beat, they're scared to even press charges. That's why the state picks it up. That's
Well, I know
that's why
in
they pick it
this
up.
area, if two people are fighting and the police have to go to that scene, somebody got to go to jail.
Yes.
They're gonna probably
And
lock
that's
somebody
men,
up, but if the
women,
person say I'm not
women.
pressing charges, they're gonna drop
They
it unless it's
still,
a
they
female.
still take them to jail.
Right, but they'll take them to jail overnight. They're not going. It's not going to be a court case. So here's my thing. Again, I think it has nothing to do with the comment. I think it has nothing to do with the venue. It was who it was. It was the fact that I have an issue with you. And if you think about it like this, any of us, if we have somebody we know we don't fool with, if you say something about us, and I've told you, don't say nothing about them, automatically it's an on-site. Because I told you don't say nothing about me. I don't care whether I got $1 million or 10.
But hold on. See, this is where I feel like you wrong, because he could have easily kept that shit in his mind. When the Oscar was over, guess what? He could have walked to Chris Rock's dressing room. He's Will Smith. They would have let him in the back. And then he could have smacked him back there in private.
He ain't got to do it. No,
Exactly. On live TV, yelling out like he's some hoodlum. Hey, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Come on
That
now.
was trash. And nobody knew
But the comment
anything.
was
Nobody
made in
knew
public.
that it was
Thank you. The comment was made in public. Where, listen, Mama says where you act up is where you get corrected at.
It ain't
No,
even,
that- I
it
don't-
ain't
I
even
don't
so much
believe in
about
that,
the
'cause
thought
you
process.
can come out
Where
looking
you act
ignorant.
up is where you get corrected. It's just the fact of it
And that's
happening.
why
He
he
lost
looks like he
control.
look right
He
now.
lost control there.
He-
So
he
that's
does.
why it went
And
down.
now
where
his
it went down.
team is doing damage control.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, now everybody.
Now all of us know, all of us know we have gotten whippings in public places because where we acted up.
That man is human.
It depends
But our
on
public
where
places
you
ain't never been on
go.
nobody's spotlight.
And you can't even do that now. You can go to jail for whoopings in public places. So
Okay.
how was he able to get away with that? And then let's go for this. Let's even do one better. He does all of that, right? Then he goes to the after party dancing with his damn shit like he just act a pure ass fool.
Right.
And
Oh,
then,
no.
And then
y'all don't
apologize.
see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he was out there throwing down.
That's
So
why I
get
said.
jiggy with it.
That's
He
why
was
I said
singing,
it.
At the end
That's
of
why.
the
getting
day.
jiggy with it. He was
At the end of the day, he is human.
They said he was
Just
partying like
Aunt
I don't know
Deborah
what.
said. At the end of the day, he's human, and just like Aunt Deborah said, you get sick of shit. And he probably was like, I finally put somebody in their fucking place. Because I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Well, why he picked the smallest person in the world
Hey,
to do that
sometimes,
with? The
like me,
teeniest little
sometimes
man.
the smallest
I don't
person
think
has the biggest mouth.
Sometimes, listen. It's a lesson. You don't know what mental state somebody is in.
Right, that man could have been on his last nerve, and he like, I'm over this shit.
You don't know what mental state. That's why we need, comedian or not, you need to be careful what you say because you don't know what somebody else is going through.
We're not saying that he shouldn't do anything or say anything to Chris Rock. We're not saying that. What we're saying is where you did it,
right?
As if you're bigger than the world, you're bigger than going to jail, you're bigger than all of that, and you just acting a pure fool. No, you have no one to hold him and no one to freaking fold him. That was not it.
What he probably should have done, because he's sick of people, because even if he would have went to the dressing room, nobody would have known. He wanted the world probably to see, like, all right,
look, play with me if you want to.
One more time, and all y'all can catch these hands.
But hold on.
Like,
Look at it like this.
Tickled.
Look at it like this.
yeah.
So now, what you think gonna happen, Jason? Because now every comedian gonna talk about his bald-headed wife.
I don't give a listen. Here's the thing.
So
like,
where does that get
And
you?
I guess they all gonna catch them hands.
Exactly. He ain't gonna smack everybody.
listen, he may have to put him in line, put him in a row, and smack them all.
Well,
You're not
I
gonna smack
think
Kevin Hart.
that because Jada would probably laugh at other people. She didn't laugh at him because they had issues.
Yeah.
If Jada had laughed, that shit wouldn't have went on. But I'm with you, JR. Like how you sitting there with your husband? You see him get up. Why you ain't snatch his ass back? It's like,
Right.
oh, we'll take care of
Because
that.
she
That's
don't,
what
she
you
don't,
said.
she don't have his back. She
If
don't
you
have
look
his
at
back
it,
like
she
he got her.
smiling the whole time. So she probably was thinking he was about to go shake his hand or something. Cause he was smiling the whole time he walked up to him. Cause he was
He
Chris
was.
Rock.
Look
He was
at
like,
Chris
"What's
Rock.
up?"
That
So
was
he was gonna
the
say something to him
throw.
when he
He
smacked.
did that so he
But
could
see,
get up.
that right there makes me feel like it was staged.
But it wasn't
That's why I
staged.
be
I
feeling
don't
like
think it was staged. Only the
I
reason
don't
why I'm
either,
thinking it
but
wasn't
then at the
staged
same
because the
time,
way he
there's a
was
lot of
crying.
The
I
way
would have
he
thought
slapped
it was
him.
staged as well,
shit
all
look
the way
rehearsed.
up until that man said, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth."
Yeah, he got.
And
He went in and showed his natural black ass.
he did. He definitely did.
He let y'all know. Listen, just because I look, don't let the niceness fool you. I might be Big Willie style, but that don't mean the West Philly ain't in me.
You know what? Unfortunately, people are still looking at him like he a sucker. They're not looking at him like, like he don't play. That's not how they're looking at him. And I understand that you're thinking that everybody looking at him like, yeah, don't mess with him. No, they're looking like this nigga that went up there and smiled and
showed
slapped
his ass,
somebody.
but no,
And then went and sit
that
there
in my
and just-
head, why
I've
are
seen
you
a lot of
showing
people
your ass
cry.
so much for somebody who has
See, I'm not even looking at it like this is a badass, like he a badass.
made
I'm
you look
looking at it like,
a fool idiot every time. Everything that this woman does makes him look stupid.
so are we really blaming Jada for everything?
I get that. However, he chose to stay with her. That's
I just like, are we really blaming the woman on here?
I'm not blaming her. I'm saying
I'm blaming him.
I need to understand everything that she has done because of her reaction. He has a reaction. His reaction has made him look like the biggest asshole ever. When that whole little whatever entanglement shit that was going on, when he wanted to sit there and have a conversation, and his face,
At the red
instead of
table.
her consoling, she continued to talk about the exact same thing that was putting him tears and making his face look upside down the entire time. Not one time was there any type of apology. I'm sorry for making you feel, or at least it wasn't shown to the world. I'm sorry I made this happen, or I'm sorry that this is how it's going on, or I didn't mean for this to, get out the way that it did. None of that was staged. Ever.
Nope.
None of it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's because I think she didn't feel like they have an agreement. And we can have a conversation about open relationships and all that stuff too, but we ain't got time for all that. But if they have an agreement.
Saying open, their relationship really wasn't open. They was just trying to separate for a minute. But not once did anybody say that Will Smith was fucking somebody else.
Yeah, Will Smith has said he's done his thing.
Yeah,
He was lying.
It is until after she had came out with this whole.
But she didn't come. That's the thing. She didn't come out with it.
Because he did. Because whatever the little boy is.
He came out with it.
I think the reason why they discussed it was to get ahead of it before it got out of control.
Right.
You know, it did get out of
Yeah, 'cause
control.
August
Because
Alsina made a song
remember when
about
she
it.
called it an entanglement, and he was like, Jada, really? Like, stop playing. And, she was trying to sugarcoat it. And he basically held to the task, like, you got to call this what it is and air this out.
Right, but I think
But either way, even with all of that, because that's a lot of people saying that his wife has embarrassed him multiple times, yada yada yada. But the one thing that remains the same is that is still his wife. That has always been his wife, and that has not changed. But they've been talking about them being swingers for a long
time.
Y'all was kids.
Right.
That was known.
That's a known. That wasn't really a secret. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think that
allegedly.
For me, the way I look at it, and the way that this is somebody you didn't know we don't know what his mental state was when, when all of that went down. There's a couple of things in my mind that are in play in this situation. Number one, that is his wife, and he is going to protect his wife. Regardless of, and he does it on a regular basis. You say he looks like a fool. Either way, his job is to protect his wife. That is what he'll look like the fool, so she don't.
Right.
So you have that part in play.
No, but
See,
I'm
no,
just
but
saying.
you know why? Because her post says this is the season for healing, and I'm for it. So she don't look like the fool. She don't.
Right.
She don't look like she's involved in it at all.
No.
Because she gives the persona of her not caring about what was done.
Yeah.
In all actuality, I feel like it should have been a conversation between her and Will, and I don't know if it was, but it should have been a conversation on, babe, I appreciate you for protecting me, but you did it at the wrong time.
Which probably could have been
They
They
red
probably
table talk.
did.
They're playing a red table talk is coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I think the second part about this is, and you're right, with Will catching the flack and the heat that he has been catching, you don't know what his mindset was. And the other side of that coin is, if he had said nothing, if he had laughed in her face, the story would not have been,
But that's what nobody would have known anything.
Yeah, they would have. Her face would have been the story, and it would have been, look at Jada making that angry face. It's just a joke. Look at that. She can't even take a joke. That bitch, blah, 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 blah.
Wasn't Chris Rock saying that? He was like, oh, that was a good joke. Wasn't he talking to her?
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. If he said, oh, that was a good joke, and then he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it, do y'all think Will would still got up?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably.
Because, see, the thing is the crowd's reaction to the joke was not good.
The crowd's reaction to the joke was the same.
Was laughing.
They wasn't laughing. They were booing.
What joke?
The G.I. Jane joke?
The G.I. Jane joke, they was not booing.
Yes, they were. Go back and watch that again. Go back and watch that again. They were booing.
I've been watching it since something when Michelle posted it on the group chat.
They are not laughing.
I didn't see them laugh. I didn't see them booing.
I have been watching that.
Hey Daddy, they are grown. That joke did not land the way. That's why he said that was a good joke. Because the crowd didn't give him.
Velma watching.
Hey, Aunt Velma. The crowd didn't give him what he thought they was going to give. And then, because the camera cuts to Will laughing, Jada rolling her eyes, and you could tell she looked like she was upset. That's when he got up on that stage. He saw her reaction and then got up on the stage.
Well, how do you spell S? Because that's not it. Go figure it out.
So again, that is, he knew the story would have been with Chris Rock makes a joke at Jada's expense, and Jada has a poor reaction, which would have then turned into, because we don't protect black women, it would have been her reaction. Hold on.
They wouldn't have said nothing about that.
The story would have been her negative reaction to the joke. The story would have been her negative reaction to the joke.
Keep it real. They wouldn't have said nothing about it. They would have.
I know. I'm keeping it real.
Protect our black women. Fuck out of here.
Jason.
What?
Jason, what you listen real good when I say this?
If I were Chris Rock, I'd have whooped his motherfucking ass. That man is a comedian. He picks and jokes on people in the fucking crowd. It would have been somebody else, Will Smith and ass would have been laughing. So in the case of that, I'd have beat his motherfucker. I'd have whipped that nigga out his motherfucking suit on that stage.
Chris, listen, I hear you. I understand what you're saying.
It ain't got nothing to do with no black woman. Chris Rock is a fucking entertainer. He jokes. He picks on people.
But if I told you leave me alone, you better leave me the fuck alone. I mean that.
And don't sit in the front row, Jason.
He should set his ass in the front row to
what
get picked on.
He don't choose. They don't choose where they sit.
Yeah, but when you
shouldn't have no ball head in
you
his
go
head
to a
at the
comedy
top.
show,
They knew he was winning. He knew that's why.
They don't sit like that. They don't choose where they sit. The Academy places them where they go.
True.
So he didn't sit by the front row by choice. That's just where he was sat. That's where he was placed.
I would love to know what Will Packer has to say. I wish he would comment.
Why the hell she cover her bald head up here? Why she put one of the goddamn things?
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that today.
I mean, she's worn her hair low before, but now there's a difference in, like Deborah was saying. I say this to people all the time. When you choose to cut your hair off and when you don't, y'all know I wore my hair like that for over 20 years. And I had people coming, I was in the doctor's office. Somebody asked if I had cancer. I've had, when I first started wearing it, wasn't popular. I was in New Orleans. And this little young dude was like, "Oh, can I touch your hair?" And I said, and he was like, "Unless you got cancer, then because some people don't realize how insensitive they're being." Me personally, y'all know I don't care. I like my bald head. I miss it so much.
I've worked with, I've when I was doing hair, I had a couple of clients that had alopecia. And you try to work with it, but it's nothing you can do because when it comes out, it's not going to grow back, and it's only going to get worse. So
yes,
the woman, why she's like that. Maybe he didn't understand that what alopecia is.
I don't. Nope. I won't do that. Chris Rock did a whole documentary on black women's hair.
Why she didn't take it as a compliment though?
Because they saying that because
I think it was because it was him. I think that's the only reason.
It's because it was him. It would not, if it not have been Chris Rock, it would not have gone just the way that it went. It is Chris Rock who they specifically told him, leave us alone.
Yeah, Jane, I'm not watching it. I'm gonna boycott it, and I'm gonna put a sign up and say, if your husband smacked Chris Rock for giving this, for trying to do this, possible.
So you better the first time Chris Rock has rolled somebody has done stuff like that because he has done it before. And people it has not been done on the Academy Award. Yeah, that was a bad play. But that ain't like
I think everybody was wrong in this situation.
I bet he would have smacked Tony Rock.
That into the BET Awards.
I think, listen, personally, everybody was wrong in this situation.
Oh, don't jump the bandwagon now. You were just on Will's side.
I mean, I'm on Will's side.
You sure was though.
I'm still on Will's side. I would say he was wrong for. I would say again, I do not condone violence. So yes, hitting him was wrong. But sometimes, like I said, I will hold on to that. Sometimes you got to, if I tell you to leave me alone.
He said it afterwards, Jason.
No, this was before then.
All right,
No, they have been going through some stuff.
They've
been going back and forth for years.
You think you would have slapped Charlie Murphy?
If I tell Charlie Murphy to leave me alone?
Nah, he wouldn't slap Charlie Murphy.
He wouldn't smack Tony Rock.
First of all, Charlie Murphy dead. So if we touch back to Charlie Murphy, we got bigger fish to fry.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
I want to know this. Why do y'all think that he wouldn't slap another man?
I don't think he would have did it because hell no.
I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have. One,
He slapped that man from having an entanglement with his wife.
he beat him up.
Yeah, he beat him up.
He beat him up.
He didn't beat him up.
He beat him up.
He beat him up. That was not beat up to me.
Well, allegedly. Let's
Oh,
say that
somebody-
allegedly.
He had a tumble with him.
He ain't smacked.
He had a tumble
That
with
was a
him.
wrestle. They were doing. They ain't like they damn fight.
Listen, all right. We're going to end this now. Let's play a little game real quick because
Okay. Yeah, let's change the subject.
we've been talking about this for almost an hour now and it ain't going
And
nowhere. It ain't
they've been
changing.
talking about this all week.
And
I
I
said,
got-
to the
Well,
next
hold on,
big-
hey,
big
well, hold on
incident.
real quick. Have y'all heard that? I've heard like last week that the
Let's
producers,
talk about how you better slap.
the movie Snowfall, the show Snowfall, they
Uh-huh.
reached out to the real Rick Ross to help, I guess, to talk about him trying to help write for the show now. Did y'all hear about that?
No.
Yeah, because you know originally it was supposed to be about him.
JR, the next time you talk
Well,
about
no,
my
no, no,
house,
no, no. So
wouldn't
John Singleton said that he did not do the movie based on him.
Albert
Oh.
But
Brooks.
I read his books. A lot of it is similar. The difference is Franklin is very intelligent, and this guy, he didn't have a high.
But hold on. So what happened was he originally went and talked to Rick Ross while he was locked up and was talking to him about it and was writing it all down and then decided, oh, I ain't gonna do it. And then he turned around and did it anyway. That way he would have to pay Rick Ross for his insight. That's originally what happened. He talked to him while he was still in prison.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, that's what Rick Ross said. He said he came to me and we had a sit down.
That's one man's word against another.
So allegedly is what we're doing.
Everything he said before would have been a lie, right?
Well, I can say that I've read his book, and it is a lot of similarities. I will say that.
I'm still keeping it to allegedly.
Mona, those noodles good.
So we gonna play a little bit of Black Card
I
Revoked.
put some vegetables in there. and
Listen,
some
your black
dumplings.
card been revoked today.
Shut up, nigga. Shut up, JR.
There you go. We got one.
All right, so this answer this question. This is a majority rules question. What might mama say you need in order to get some McDonald's? A.
McDonald's money.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
A job. B. A clue. C. Good grades. Or D. McDonald's money.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I missed it. Siobhan was talking a hole in my head. What happened now?
I said, what might mama say you need
It was multiple choice.
in order to get some McDonald's? A. A job. B. A clue. C. Good grades. Or D. McDonald's money.
McDonald's money.
Yeah, that or a job, which is the same thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Okay.
have many times going up.
This is another multiple choice.
Except for Aunt Deborah. Aunt Deborah always got us
I get-
McDonald's.
Aunt Deborah always what?
Got us McDonald's. You wouldn't say McDonald's money.
She told her we. Yes, she did.
Yeah, I
She
told
said
her.
that to y'all. She used to take that to McDonald's.
I'm about to say, because I ain't never got McDonald's.
You
for
don't
myself.
have the right to walk up on
You were-
stage and
you were
smack
too
somebody
young.
in your face.
Jackie, mute your phone. We off that conversation.
Terry said he would sue Will Smith for $2 million. Or
Jackie.
$200 million.
Are you
Uh-huh.
talking to Dion?
Awesome. Yeah.
What's the goddamn mute button?
I'm talking out loud.
We're talking about Jim Carrey and what he
We over
said
that
about Will
conversation.
Smith.
We done with that conversation. We done moved on.
Shut up. You know something, JR?
How you gonna tell me to shut up on my show, nigga?
That was like a shut up Jason shirt.
Yeah. We need a what's the next question, Jason?
All right. So, what does the word thought stand for? A. Twerking hoes on tempo.
That hoe over there.
B. Toxic hoes of tomorrow. C. That hoe over there. Or D. Temporary on time.
I like D.
Thing.
I like D myself.
All of it.
It's the game. It's that hole over there.
I like D though. D
It's all
sounds
of
better.
it.
That hoe on time.
That's your head. What? Show me get. Who get?
Okay, who needs their black card revoked? A.
Damn minute.
A. Bill Cosby.
Uh-huh.
B. Stacey Dash. C. Ben Carson. Or D. Bow Wow.
Hold on. Or E. Will Smith.
Say what?
Or E. Will Smith.
No, that was the blackest thing we ever seen him do.
Right.
Even his mama was surprised about that one.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Bow Wow. Bow Wow be faking too much.
Nah, I think
Stacey
he's
Dash.
Ben Carson.
I'm gonna say Ben Carson.
Do y'all
I'm
know
gonna say
Stacey
Stacey
Dash
Dash.
is supposed to be on College Hill?
Who is?
Stacey Dash.
I know it does. Well, you won't have to worry about me watching that.
She's supposed to be on College Hill this season.
House.
Okay.
Hold on. What you got against Stacey Dash? Jason? Yes, she is. That's Damon Dash's cousin.
Right. Have you seen? Have you heard Stacey Dash talk in the last 10 years?
She was a Trump supporter, and then she was bashing black people.
There was a lot of Trump supporters who black. They was the same way.
And we don't fool with them either.
What was the black girl that stayed on Trump's campaign the whole time?
Omarosa.
Green Mile.
Omarosa.
Yeah.
Clean and right.
And she
listen. Tapped out because Trump was treating her like shit.
All right, next question. What's the nickname your mother gave your significant other? A, your little boyfriend. B, your little friend. C, that fast tail heifer. Or D, what's his or her name?
That fast tail heifer?
That's what, boy.
That's what I would have said.
No, she wouldn't.
Come on now.
All of them.
She would have all of
I would
them.
have used all of them. All of the above.
If she liked it, that was your little friend.
I don't know.
Is that what we're gonna call Paul? Your little friend?
This question is a correct answer.
No comment?
Approximately how long did Sophia have to fight? A,
All my life.
All my life.
How long did Sophia have to fight for her life? All her life. Do I get my black card back now?
No, your black card been revoked weeks ago.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, I get revoked every other day.
if you've never watched this show, you need your black card revoked. A,
All night.
Good Times. B, The Jeffersons. C, A Different World. Or D, In Living Color.
I watched all of them.
I think the answer, if you've never watched Good Times, then you need your black card revoked.
I think Siobhan only watched Good Times because J.R. made her watch.
You gonna leave me alone because I'm down on this show. Thank you, ma'am. Next time you say something crazy to you, don't look for my hand in the picture here.
I still love you, Siobhan.
No,
Listen, Siobhan black card been revoked. When I met her, she never said Coming to America or Harlem Nights.
I did.
Right.
No, shut up.
No, you didn't.
I didn't
No,
see
you
Harlem
didn't.
Nights, but I saw Coming to America. Shut up.
All right, so what's a good reason for not answering your phone? A, it's a bill collector. B, it's your ex with some bullshit. C, the phone cut off. Or D, somebody asking for money.
All of
D.
the
All
above.
of them. Yes, A or D for me.
All of the above.
Yeah, I'm with all of them.
What movie does every black person have in their collection? A, Friday. B, Boys in the Hood. C, The Color Purple. Or D, Scarface.
Boys in the
I don't
Hood.
know none of that.
Friday.
Friday.
Mommy, you did have Friday.
Everybody see The Color Purple though.
That was y'all's movie.
The Color Purple? I would say The Color Purple.
Now, if
See
you had
it?
said,
You sure is ugly.
now, if you said, had I seen them, I could say I seen them all, but I ain't never had the movie.
You had
Okay. So this question is, I got a little story after this one. When is a good time to start running? A, you hear good gunshots. B, somebody else starts running. C, you getting on mama's nerves. Or D, daddy take off his belt.
All of them.
Somebody else start running.
All of them.
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah.
So, my neighbor Bloom and I went walking one night, right? And we was just, and I guess there were some people that was beside us at their house. And I heard them after we walked past, and I took off running. Because I didn't know who it was. I just heard loud noises and sound like argument. And Bloom was like, "What are you running for?" I said, "You ain't hear that?" And she was like, "No." So I'm like, she was like, "So you was gonna leave me if something was wrong?" I said, "If you saw me running,
He's supposed to
You gotta
run.
run.
you supposed to run too."
Oh, black card revoked.
Is she white or black?
She's black.
Then
Where she
you
grew up
run
at?
and then you ask questions.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I don't know. She ain't black enough.
Or maybe she just hood as shit.
What is one word your cousins always mess up? A, conversate. B, axe. C, Pacific. Or D, throwed.
Apparently D, because you just fucked that up when you said D.
You done made Michelle choke.
I didn't know you had a list this whole
because
time.
Conversate is not a word, and a lot of people use it. It's converse. That's the correct term, converse.
Thank
You
you.
with your white card. Check you out.
Shut up.
Now all of a sudden you a college graduate.
Boy, shut up.
Hey, Dale, can you go one night without somebody telling you to shut up?
Oh,
No!
that's why I'm on the show.
That's why the shirt is coming. Shut up, JR. What sale can you find every black mom at? A, Macy's. B, the local grocery store. C, J.C. Penney's. Or D, Coach.
The grocery store.
J.C. Penney's.
That's a bullshit. No,
None of
everybody
those
get
for
the grocery
me.
store.
None of those for me.
If the grocery store had a big, huge sale, you gonna be right there too.
No, I ain't.
And I know Deborah gonna be there because Brandy gonna eat up all her meat.
Her steak.
Yeah.
She was hot about that.
Okay, if they climbing through your windows, you should hide your A, money, B, Easter eggs, C, kids and wife, or D, television.
Television.
Hide the kids. Hide the wife.
I'm gonna hide my television.
JR.
It costs too much nowadays. Can't afford to keep buying those over again.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming in for another episode of The Cousins.
We ain't done.
Here we are.
I ain't got nothing to do with your company at your house, okay?
Y'all can keep going, but I have to go.
No, you have to stay on. Didn't you just tell somebody you the guest? I mean the host?
Why does it look like that?
Because that's where he slapped the back.
He got slapped right there. So
Oh,
they, they don't know what to do with themselves.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us for another wonderful episode of The Cousins, brought to you by Black Unicorn Magics. Don't forget to go to etsy.com/shop/Black Unicorn Magics for 25% off. Just use the discount code ColorfulMagics25. Anybody have any words of wisdom before we get off here?
Keep your hands to yourself.
And be careful what you say and do, I guess.
Yeah.
And stop slapping Chris Rock.
You know what?
No, I have words of wisdom.
What you got, Mom?
There's always is a correct time and place.
Hey yo, Jim Carrey is slamming people for that jump. He said he would sue Will Smith for $200 million, and he just told the whole entire Oscar crowd that they was spineless because they gave Will a standing ovation.
Wow.
Okay, you got to consider who it is, Jim Carrey.
Right. Anyway, at any rate, thank you for that breaking news, Jackie.
You're welcome.
Oh, he sounds like a condescending asshole, Jackie.
I know, that's why I said you're welcome. Make sure. What's this one?
Well, Deborah was saying the final thought.
Right.
Oh, my apologies, Daddy. Mommy, go ahead. Finish your final thoughts. I'll shut up.
You know she ain't gonna remember that now. She forgot.
Shut up, JR.
That's two.
So there's always a time and a place for any conflict. And I always say for every consequence, for every action is a reaction. May not always be good. So be mindful of what you say and what you do in the public eye, because you may not get the response that you think you would get. That's my thought process for the day.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you,
So you
cousins,
gonna
for
cut us
being
off?
here. Say what, mommy?
You gonna cut us off? Normally you leave and
I'm not gonna cut y'all off. I'm gonna let y'all keep talking.
No, you're gonna stay on too for 5 minutes real quick when you get off. As soon as you end it.
Why?
Because I said so. I gotta ask you something, but
Oh,
yeah, hurry up.
Jesus. All right. Well, thank y'all very much for watching. We'll be back next week for our extended show. I have people here, so I gotta, go be a host.
I'm not talking to anyone. It's me on the phone. So.
who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was on.